Hello, welcome to the Birds of Lent shopping channel. My name's Tony Shutt. Earlier this year I painted 41 pictures of birds which I've sold to support the work of Your Sanctuary, which helps victims of domestic abuse. Last weekend I had an exhibition. I sold 33 of the paintings. I have 8 left and I want to tell you about them because I'd love to sell them. They're all £30 each, all proceeds to Your Sanctuary. Let's get going and show you what's left. First, this beautiful jackdaw, which is a member of the crow family. At a distance they look entirely black, but closer up their plumage has some paler features, sometimes described as silvery. They're quite common across the UK. We see a lot of them here in Send, especially around the church, and they regularly nest in the eaves of the nave. Often in May and June the chicks tweet during my sermons, but they're lovely to hear. Now this jackdaw is depicted against an orange background. Could be dawn, could be sunset. So it's zingy, it's intense, it's engaging, and it was the 5th of the Birds of Lent that I painted, completed on the 19th of February. It's yours for £30. Every penny will go to Your Sanctuary. The second bird that's left is this one, which is a, yes, you guessed it, hoopoe. Now, I've never seen one of these in the wild, perhaps you have, but they often arrive from Africa during May, and they land in the southern counties of the United Kingdom. They're pinkish brown with strongly barred black and white wings. They have a long downward bill and a magnificent crest, which is a little bit like a cockatoo's, I suppose, and they raise it to make a statement. Who knows what the statement is? Anyway, here is the hoopoe. It's exotic, it's summery, it's hyper, it's a hoopoe, and it was the 6th of the Birds of Lent that I painted, and I completed this one on the 20th of February. It could be yours for only £30. Every penny will go to Your Sanctuary. The third remaining bird is this one, which is a beautiful house sparrow. Who would have thought a little brown bird could be so big and so colourful? They used to be much more common than they are now. Some studies suggest that 30 or 4 years ago their numbers were, well, they've dropped by about 70% since then. These little birds are very noisy, they're gregarious, and they're often seen in small flocks around houses. Now this one's quite Adventy with its intense purple background, which contrasts very well with the ochres and the browns of the plumage. So it's cheeky, it's chirpy. It was the 7th painting I completed on the 20th of February, and it could be yours for only £30. Every penny will go to support Your Sanctuary. Now next I can offer you this energetic magpie. They are common in the UK, which indicates they're a successful species. This one is perched momentarily perhaps on a log or a post, poised to fly away. They look black and white at a distance, but close up they have iridescent blue and purple sheens to their wing feathers and green tinges in their tails. Now, depending on your point of view and which folklore you prefer, they can be good or bad omens. In China, I read that the song of magpies is said to bring happiness. So, maybe this could bring you some happiness, especially if you like yellow and green and a bird with attitude. This could be the one for you. It's punchy, it's pungent, it's in your face, and it could be yours for only £30. Every penny will go to Your Sanctuary. So this is the Birds of Lent shopping channel. Welcome. I'm halfway through explaining about the 8 remaining Birds of Lent that are available for purchase. So let me move on to the 5th of those, one of my favourites, perhaps of you too. This is a green woodpecker. So this was the 20th painting I did in the series, and I completed it on the 13th of March. Green woodpeckers are the largest of the 3 species of UK woodpeckers. They're often heard more than they're seen, with a loud laughing call known as a yaffle. When they are seen, it's often on the ground, especially grass, pecking the soil for ants and other food. They're very colourful, with strong green upper parts, a yellow rump and a characteristic red crown. They're sometimes associated with rain, but this is depicted against a glowing yellow background, which can brighten any wall, surely. So it's supreme, it's green, it's a dream, and it's yours if you want it for only £30, and every penny will go to support your sanctuary. The 6th remaining bird is this rather beautiful water bird, a little grebe. They're quite common in the UK in lowland areas, and they're creatures designed to be in and around lakes, ponds and rivers. In the summer, their throats become bright chestnut in colour. This one's depicted on water, so there's the added interest of a reflection. These birds can be noisy, but they like to dive. They're also known as dab chicks. They make an ingenious nest out of floating waterweed. So this was the 33rd of my Birds of Lent, which I completed shortly after Easter on the 6th of April. It's subdued, it's calming, it's reflective. It's yours for £30, and every penny will go to support your sanctuary. The 7th remaining Bird of Lent is a common bird of the countryside. Don't see them so often in towns. A pheasant, and a cock pheasant at that, the more colourful of the genders. So this was the 36th bird which I depicted, and I completed it on the 20th of April. Pheasants are large, long-tailed birds that were introduced to the UK a long time ago. They're more visible in the late autumn and the winter. When startled, they have a habit of rising almost vertically and noisily as they fly away. So this one is in a slightly cool, wintry setting, wondering whether it needs to fly away. It's golden brown, it's black, it's white, it's blue, it's red. It's an amazing combination of colours. It's wary, it's starey, it's contrary, it's got attitude, and it's yours for £30, and every penny will go to your sanctuary. Finally, the 8th remaining bird. Let me show you this one. This is a wood pigeon, which started out as bird number 4 in the series, but in a lapse of concentration I went outside the size standard that I'd set myself for this series of paintings. So I decided to make this not bird number 4 but bird number 41 out of the 40, and I framed it. So uniquely, this is the only Bird of Lent that comes already framed. Of course, you could change the frame if you wanted to, but here's one ready for you. Wood pigeons are very common, but I think this is a sign of success. They're largely grey, but they've got hints of pink. They can be a nuisance to farmers and growers, but they can also be comical and clever birds. They're found almost anywhere in the UK. This one's depicted on a branch against a warm background. It's a member of the dove family. Their characteristic call is often interpreted in the local language to mean different things. In Welsh, apparently, they say that the call sounds like In the summer I'll make a house. Sorry, I can't say it in Welsh. But is this bird calling you? Is it enthralling you? Well, it could be yours for £30 with the frame, and every penny will go to your sanctuary. Now, all of these are first come, first served, so do get in touch as soon as possible. Finally, let me tell you about these beautiful books. All 40 Birds of Lent are printed in these books. They're hardbacks, so they will endure. The birds are printed on glossy paper. Let me just show you a few of them. So some of these are almost full size. You get the idea. Now, each picture comes with a little bit of poetry. Now, you can get these books for £30. That's all 40 birds for £30. That's 75 pence per bird for years of enjoyment. And you even get an extra photo of Send Church with a few doves on it. I've sold out of these books twice already. I can order some more if you want one. So get in touch. Birds of Lent, the book, all proceeds to your sanctuary. How do you get in touch? Give me a call on 01483 222 193, or you can email me, vicar@sendparishchurch.co.uk. Please help me to sell the remaining paintings so that I can sell all 41, and that will raise a good amount for your sanctuary. Thank you for listening.